Just a review of ice pass from yesterday. Okay, so under center. All right, we want to get a good stretch fake from the two back. All right, we want to help on the edge a little bit, but we really want that good fake, and then you can leak out if you feel like you're not really helping. Okay, so just kind of almost like an outlet just in case something scrambles or something like that, but you are a last resort. Okay. So on this play, if we get a high free safety, if I'm a quarterback, as I come around and I whip my head around, I want to be in this area right here, about 8 yards deep. You really want to sprint back there, turn around, pop up, and find your situation, okay? So you want to understand who the free safety is to start this play. All right, what we're hoping for, kind of, and this happens most of the time, is that the free safety will see this guy cross in front of him, and he'll kind of press on that. All right, what we want on ice pass, we're hoping that we're around the 40-yard line, and we're hoping that we can get our X receiver on a high breaking post, 12 to 15-yard post. Okay, and we're just trying to get that guy to win inside. All right, it can be skinnier than this. It just needs to be basically heading to the middle of the field over the top of the free safety. Okay, so free safety ends up helping. You know, if he drops deep or if he helps, then you can hit your Y. You can hit your tight end. All right, remember, as the three back, you're coming in here and you're looking for this last man on the line of scrimmage. Okay, you want to kind of sneak up, be wide enough. You might want to line up a little wider than you normally do, more toward the tackles so you don't run into the quarterback, but you're going to leak in here. Okay, there's two paths this guy can take. He might be a squeezer. You'll probably know this just watching film, whether he's a squeezer or whether he's more of an upfield guy. Okay, if he's an upfield guy, you're simply going to take him and you're going to set up and get big, and your quarterback should set up in the pocket and hit his post. All right, if you get a squeezer, you're going to end up turning and sealing this guy, or maybe he beats you to the inside. If he beats you to the inside, the quarterback should flush out of the pocket to the right. Okay, and that's why we have a 20-yard comeback, 20 yards, okay, in order to get something going on the right side. Don't forget, quarterbacks, if you get on the edge and that corner does a good job of covering it, I mean, you might be able to just take off and run. Don't be afraid to take off and run on the ice pass if you get flushed to the right. If you get a good 7-yard gain, that's fine if nobody was open. Okay, keep in mind if your comeback's not there, why you got to keep moving across the field, find a spot where you can catch the ball. Okay, sometimes you can even hit your posts. Like if you're the post and you realize the quarterback scrambled, just keep running over the top here. You never know. You might end up getting that ball late. Okay, so the intention of the play is score on the post. Okay, so number one, what we want to happen when we call this play is we want post for a touchdown. That's what we want. Okay, if they take away the post, we'll settle for the tight end, or if we scramble, we'll settle for the comeback. But that's the idea. Okay, so basically understand why we called the play. Okay, if you end up getting like a hard blitz off of this side from somebody and you can kind of see it coming and it slips by the running back and you're standing back here, that's when you might have just a little dump off right here to the tailback. Okay, so just be alert. All of our players just need to be alert. Three back, if for some reason you miss your guy, don't chase him. Okay, leak out here a little bit and see if maybe you can at least catch a dump off pass. All right, we don't want you to miss that end. That's your job. But if the play gets extended and he ends up getting by you, don't chase him. Find a spot where you can get open for a little dump off pass. Okay, just a little check down late. Maybe you can get a few yards. All right, so the other thing that I wanted to mention here that I didn't get to talk about yesterday is you could get a two safety version of this. Doesn't really change the play a whole lot as far as what we want to do. All right, so if you get split field safeties, which we're going to get quite a bit this year, all right, nothing changes for the quarterback, for the two back, for the three back. Okay, still running our same idea here, getting a good stretch fake. line still steps the same way. But if you have two safeties, you have split safeties, all right? So generally, if you've got split safeties, you're going to get your post. Because what's going to happen is as Y comes vertical here before he starts to cross the field, your rule as a Y is you need to come in front of the safety that's closest to you. Okay, so we want to push this vertical as a Y and then just attract that safety. And then as an X here, you got to be able to run this skinny and you got to be able to get open. All right. Now in this situation, it is a little tougher if we do get a true, like if this safety just goes with the post and they know that they want to take away that post, that might be a time to dump it off to your tailback. Because you really don't want to, in a two safety look, you really don't want to throw it to Y because this guy right here might be looking at Y from the other side, and that's going to give you issues. So if there's no free safety in the middle, the free safety is the post protector. If there's no free safety in the middle of the field at all, you got to understand that we want you to hit that post. We want you to give our X a shot to score, okay? Nothing changes for Z. You should be working your comeback one-on-one out here, 20 yards, and everything's the same. So really the only thing that changes as a quarterback is if you have no middle safety, I mean, that's basically a green light for the post. Okay, if they flush you, you can still scramble to the right and you have your same route, okay? But the real key here is just kind of understanding what we're looking for, okay? This is hopefully a high percentage play, but honestly, we're just trying to score a touchdown here on one play. It's going to be one of those types of plays where, you know, if we don't score, then we line up for second down and we think of something else. It's not going to be probably a 90% completion rate this year, but it's going to be that dangerous type of pass. And later, I have lots of stuff that we can run that kind of comes off of this too. So learn it, all right, and make sure that you got it. All right, so glacier pass, more of a simple concept. Okay, so on glacier, and later we have a tailback version of this where the tailback catches the ball too. So we might end up calling this like fullback glacier, tailback glacier, or two-back glacier, three-back glacier. Right now it's just glacier pass. Okay, I can line up the tight end on either side on this. So you got to understand as a Z, that tight end might be there, you might not. Always got to look. Okay, we want the fullback on this play. This is a first down call. This is a hard, naked boot. All right. And we want full action to the left, and we know that we might get a guy off the edge. Okay, as a two-back, you want to come right here, top shoulder, and just leak out. Quarterback, as soon as your head wheels around, you are ready to let that ball go at any time. You might get a guy in your face. You might have to Patrick Mahomes it a little bit, but you need to get him the ball, okay? As a Z, we want to work in and then back to the corner. We want to know that we have time to make that cornerback give us that space to come in with us, all right? This is a hard route to cover when this guy goes in and back out. He's going to end up doing this. You might end up getting that ball late if the play extends, all right? That is not what we want quarterbacks. We want to get the ball to the two-back. We want this to be a 90% completion ratio for the season, all right? We want to catch this ball every time, and we want to get our 7 yards. This is a first down call. This is not meant to score a touchdown. This is meant to move the chains and be a change up to our run game. Okay, so understand the play. As an X on this play, make a little move, get across the field. If something extends, try to find a way to get open. This play's not really intended for your side of the field. Okay, got to have good fakes on these plays, guys.